Come on, intro.
Okay. This is a week in the life of someone who's going to change your life.
Oh,
that's kind of cool,
Really even start. I got hoes that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my niggas cross the street living large. Thinking back to the fact that they dead. Thought my raps wasn't facts till they sat with the bars. I got 2 phones, one need a charge. Yeah, they twins, I could tell they ass apart. I got big packs coming on the way. I got big stacks coming out to say.
Ladies and gents, welcome back to another week in the life of a 21-year-old on the mission to help people monetize their skills and make a shit ton of money in the process. I'm here now at the start of this vlog to kind of like narrate as much of it as I possibly can because this vlog's quite choppy. Now, the vlog that you're about to watch is something that happened a few weeks back, and it was actually an in-person live event that I actually ran for some of my inner circle members, which was an incredibly cool experience to meet people and network and laugh and play games and this kind of stuff. So I'm here to just narrate, just to kind of help you comprehend what you're actually seeing and to give you some context on different parts throughout the vlog, because this vlog is one I want to remember, is one I want to watch back when I'm older and be like, this is, kind of where it all started. And it's awesome to see the progress that we've made as a business, as a network as well. So yeah, dive straight into it. This is the week in the life, hosting my first ever in-person inner circle event. So enjoy.
What are you doing right now?
I'm signing journals for my fans.
Amazing. It's like a humble channel.
C. Carver, number 2.
Let's see your signature actually.
Number 3.
That's cool.
Number 3. I want to do more now. Give me all of them. Right.
Oh, what? You're only doing 3 of them? So only 3 people get to resell them in the future?
Don't say that. You want as well. So you better not resell them.
I'm not reselling mine.
So after signing some journals for my countless amount of fans, we actually headed off to the event, and lucky for us, the event wasn't very far from the apartment, but I was feeling a bit nervous, I was like, this is the first time I've done an in-person event, and I was terrified that people were going to be 7 foot tall, which they were, and it's kind of like a nerve-wracking experience to meet people that have paid you money to teach them things, and some of these people that, I met, their lives had changed rapidly from being inside the inner circle, so I was looking forward to meet people and kind of see in person the impacts I'd been able to have on people.
First one, right?
First live event.
First live event.
Ever.
Right next to the Hilton Hotel.
Need to press the button, mate. That's how an elevator works.
And yeah, it's exciting. I've got a speech. Charlie's got a speech. We've got some special stuff planned that Callum doesn't
He's
even know about.
He's got his family pack full of all his goodies.
It's actually my FX3.
Before I had a favourite love. Before, back when I adored, but now I'm fearing love. Before, every other fella I was hearing love. Back when the day would fade to grey when you were clearing love. Cause now I only made love if I'm in love. You wasn't in love, then what you think, love? Thinking I'ma hold you.
2 ladies and every gentleman. I have been forced against my will.
Now, this is Charlie, and Charlie is one of my first ever students who didn't even join the inner circle. He actually joined a cohort that I ran prior to the inner circle to test out the inner circle information to actually make sure that it was viable. So Charlie is someone that I taught ages ago, and he joined me as kind of like a bit of a lost puppy almost. And 3 months later, he was signing clients left, right, and center with his copywriting business. And to this point, to this day, I treat Charlie as just like a good friend of mine. He came to New York with me. He helped me run webinars for my business, helped me with the marketing, and he was able to show up for the event as well. And for some reason, although he blames it on me, he wanted to do a speech. And so here is Charlie Luther King producing a world-class speech after downing, I think, about 4 glasses of whiskey.
Do a speech to you all today. Now, I'm going to preface it by saying I was sat on the train. I got myself a white Monster and I put a Tony Robbins audiobook on the train to listen to it, and I was trying to get some ideas of what to say, and I decided against it. So I have absolutely nothing written down. This is probably going to be absolutely terrible, and this is absolutely terrifying, but I have my rum. So I want to split this into 3 parts of the speech. The first bit, I just want to say how absolutely insane it is that we somehow are all here in this room together right now because this idiot decided to post reels on his Instagram. Somehow we all saw it. You've got Callum from Ireland, you've got Tristan from Shrewsbury, you've got, what's your name again? Davina from Ukraine, and somehow we are all in this room together. And we should all appreciate it, because I imagine at some point in all of our journeys, we've all felt like we were probably the only people in our social circle who we felt like got what we wanted to do. But now we have a room full of people who are all on the same mission as us. And I feel like that's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys agree with me.
she's really trying to build you guys into a very, very resilient entrepreneur.
And now this is Joe, and Joe is one of my closers within the Inner Circle, but before that, he's actually a family friend that I knew since I was about 3 years old, but hadn't been in contact with until I was probably about 20 years old. And I remember when I actually started the Inner Circle and I started coaching people, I needed to get my first closer, my first sales manager to help me actually close more deals. And I put a post out on my story kind of saying like, hey, does anyone a closer here? Does anyone basically want to help me sell more of my program? And Joe popped up, and he wasn't even a closer at the time. In fact, he had very little sales experience, but he convinced me to kind of take him on board, give him a shot and see if we could make it work with him being the closer. And so I trained him up as a closer. Joe then got started, and about 6 months later, he at that point closed north of $400,000 worth of sales. So the risk I took to bring him on board was a risk indeed, but obviously it was one that ended up paying off. And here, his lovely little speech.
Because the way we see it online, entrepreneurship actually seems quite easy in a sense, right? It's like, do this, buy this, do that, it's done, right? But in reality, you're gonna go through, I hope not, but you guys are gonna go through a lot of fucking shit to get to that potential 10K month, 15K month, 20K month, and Callum is seriously gonna be the man to actually get you guys to that point, right? I've seen it firsthand, he's done it to me. When I first came to Callum before working with him, I was fairly deep in the party scene, let's say. Yeah, a bit of drugs here and there, but anyway. The point is, I was quite lost in one sense. I had my personal brand, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And I remember always going up to my dad and being like, you know, how did Callum do it? How's he doing it? How's he driving the fucking Mustang? That really annoyed me. But yeah, I always looked up to the way he did everything, and I also want to thank you, mate, because again, it sounds corny, but you did also change my life.
Now, as the event kind of came to an end, we all started heading out of the actual venue, but my cameraman managed to actually kind of grab a few of the Inner Circle members and have a chat with them in kind of like an interview style video where he asked them about their experience of inside the Inner Circle and inside the coaching, the Skill to Profit program. And so if you want to listen to these interviews, you want to watch these interviews, it's only a few minutes worth, then watch them. If not, you can skip to this timestamp that you see on screen now to get on with the rest of the vlog. But I recommend you give it a watch because some of these people are pretty cool and some of the stuff they said is pretty impactful.
So guys, a little message about Callum and the Inner Circle. I've now been partnered with Callum for the last 6 months. Before this, I've worked with companies who are doing multi 7 figures every month. And I can say now that Callum is one of the hardest working individuals that I have ever met. And when it comes to the fulfillment of the Inner Circle, without over-exaggerating, it is the highest quality of fulfillment that I have genuinely ever seen in my entire life.
But I think Callum is just a person who makes people feel really welcomed and comfortable. You know, I'm the type of person, I'm an introvert, and I usually feel really uncomfortable in like people setting. This community is just something completely different. Like, I cannot thank Callum enough for guiding me, and within 1 week of working with him, like I'm getting so many insights, and I'm like thinking of so many ways of changing the way I run business, and I genuinely see myself growing with this guy. Like, I would literally trust him any life advice, genuinely. Thank you so much.
Hi, I've just been to the Inner Circle meetup in person. It's one thing making amazing connections online, and that's one thing I have definitely done being part of the Inner Circle and Callum's group is a lot of like-minded people, but then meeting them in person is on another level. It's just consolidating those connections, and just, yeah, it's great to be around people like yourself, and it's been an amazing event.
Aside from all like saying thank you for being here, I feel like you've heard that enough. I keep looking up there because I live up there, right? The tallest building at the very top floor, no flex at all. And the only reason I say that is because I look at it now and I see it from the perspective a lot of you guys do. Like, a lot of you have been like, hey, do you live close by? And I'm like, yeah, all the way up there. And you see it and you're like, what the fuck? Like, how did you even get up there? And I was in the exact same position. Obviously, I wasn't at an event like this, seeing a building like that, but looking at people who almost seem like similar to you, right, doing so much better. And it makes me think, what do they have that you don't? And I promise you, there is nothing. Like, genuinely, there is nothing. I've been on quite a few podcasts now, and a lot of the questions I get is like, what's that like one thing about success that you have and other people don't? I literally say nothing. It's like graft. Like, you've got to go in it day in, day out, day in, day out. Especially when shit is going wrong, right? And I use this analogy in a vlog that I'm going to use with you guys because I think it makes sense. The kind of idea is that all of us will get lucky at some point in our lives, right? All of us will have opportunity that kind of comes our way. The problem is that most people have their windows and doors shut, right? Opportunity circles around their house and they have the windows and doors shut because they don't want to have their windows and doors open for the potential that the rain comes in and the storms come in and the snow comes in, because no one actually wants that. I think the reason I'm able to look up there now and say that is where I live is because I had my windows and doors open throughout the whole thing, throughout the storms, throughout the rain, throughout the sunshine, and just at the time where opportunity would come my way, I was able to see it and take advantage of it because I was willing to bear the bad shit. And I know it's like such a cliche thing, like you've got to go through the bad stuff to get to the good stuff, but I cannot stress it enough
that for every single one of you here, you've obviously made you've made the commitment to come here. And I think it's a staple of your character and what you're willing to do and what you're willing to sacrifice to make it. And let's not chat shit. All of you have paid me money to be here as well, right? and I know that that's like, it's like typical entrepreneurship, but I wouldn't have been able to part ways with the money that you guys have paid me at the age a lot of you are at. 17, 18, 19, 20, 27, whatever it is. I wouldn't be able to part ways because of how much, you kind of like hold on to what you have. But all of you have made the commitment here to part ways with something that means a lot to you, because obviously money means a lot to you and all of us are young, therefore we probably don't have a lot of it. So, looking up there is nothing different between you and me. Just because you see me up there and you're not up there doesn't mean that you can't achieve it as well. And this is more kind of figuratively speaking in terms of what you want to achieve, because I've said it before, but I'll say it again, like I am just slap bang average. Like the most average friend group at school, average everything, average upbringing. There was no like traumatic event where it was like, oh my God, yeah, it turned me into fucking, I got bit by the spider and now I'm Spider-Man. Like it was literally nothing. I just like kept going, day in, day out, kept going and kept adapting, kept pivoting as well. So some of you've been here since the very start. I think Dylan was probably the third person I closed back in with this coaching, and that was ages ago. And Dylan's been kind of like going through the mud, kicking it up again and again and again. And I know the fact that Dylan's here, he will have that point at which it fucking skyrockets. And for Dylan, it's going to be so much more worth it because he's gone through the hard shit, because he's got his windows and doors open all the time. So eventually, opportunity will come to all of you. So open your windows and doors to it. Take in the bad shit, learn from it what you will, and eventually, hopefully you'll be my neighbor, which would be very cool.
Right, we are back. It's currently a few days after the event of the last clip that you saw. And we're back in the lab, as you can see. The walls are looking very decorative at the moment. Anyway, I just want to kind of like reflect on the event, right? Because that was the first in-person Inner Circle live event there's ever been. And now I started the Inner Circle towards the start of the year. I want to say about April is when I started taking on people. And obviously now it's the end of the year, or actually the start of the next. And it was the first live event. And it's incredible, man. Like I'm genuinely lost for words. Like, when you're making money on a frequent basis, the feeling of making money is incredible, don't get me wrong, but quite quickly it kind of fades out, right? It's like, it's just money. It's like kind of standard, right? You've like raised your level of standards to a certain level where the amount of money that you make is like normal. It's not necessarily what like you need for survival, but it's like, this is what I expect. I've put in the work to be able to do this. But when I'm at that event and I'm meeting people that I've coached personally one-to-one on calls and helped kind of level up in their business and their life and stuff like that. And, I have people coming up to me with, literal tears in their eyes being like, you've helped me not save my life, but, they basically kind of connote that of like, you've helped me change my life and get out of this rut I was in and that kind of stuff. Even like my team, like Joe, I mean, you saw the speech, right, where he was like, you kind of saved me, and Charlie, a similar thing. Like, there is no better feeling than knowing that you are genuinely making an impact in someone's life that cannot be reciprocated. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you make, it doesn't matter kind of the nice car that you buy, the watch that you buy, but when you know as an individual human being, and I wonder whether this is like a proper primal thing, when you are genuinely helping another human being either get out of a position that they don't want to be in or get towards a position they do want to be in, that feeling that you get from it is like no feeling, no other feeling. It's incredible. And now, if you can't tell, I've got a cold from the event, so whoever gave that to me, thank you so much. But yeah, it just motivates you so much more to like go harder and do more and kind of like push more, just do more. It's like, it's funny because I came out of that event, right, and people were like kind of congratulating me, like, oh my God, thank you for building this amazing community. Like, you work so hard, you do all of this. And I go and I get at this community, at this event, and I go home, like, because I can see the building where we're at from my house, which is pretty cool. It's actually, to be specific, that one down there, right in the middle, that's the building that we're at. Anyway, to be able to come back here and sit down, on the sofa and be like, what a day. It's funny because I actually came back and then I did a Q&A with the rest of the community that wasn't at the live event, so like it never stopped. But I sat down and I kind of thought to myself, it's pretty incredible. But I had this kind of just overwhelming feeling of like, job's not done, job's not finished. And I just wanted to kind of get up and do more because it becomes addicting, this feeling of impact on other people's lives and making a change and stuff like that. And even if you get the congratulations and you get the well done and the pat on the back and all that kind of stuff, I sit down at the end of it and I go, job's not done. I've got so much further to go, so many more lives to change, so much more money to make and people to help and family to impact. And whether that's like a good thing or a bad thing, being addicted to that, I'm not sure. I'm sure it will kind of bite me in the ass at some point where it's like, you've got to chill the fuck out. But for now, that drive and that feeling of kind of endless motivation, it's what keeps me going, you know? It's what just makes me want to push harder and harder and just genuinely never stop. Yeah, to kind of wrap up the event, incredible. So cool to meet people, so cool to see everyone. And I can't wait to do it again. I mean, this now for the Inner Circle is probably going to be something I do like, you know, every 2 months or whatever it is, where I can meet people and help them and talk to them. And, you know, we play games and stuff like that. Sounds so childish, but like, you know, you really connect with people, which is an incredible feeling. But now I've got work to do. As I drag my camera over here, it's been an absolute packed Monday. It's not even funny. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm meant to be doing what I'm doing now so I can enjoy my life. And this is hell. Let me see what I actually have to do. This is what my Monday looks like, just for those of you debating, skeptical whether I actually have a busy Monday. That's what we're looking at on this fine Monday, 20th of Jan. I've got about 6 calls all in all today. It's a busy one. But this is where the progress is made. This is what's hard. This is why most people give up. Just keep reminding yourself of that. Inevitably, everything kind of works itself out.
They gon' tell the story, shit was different with me. God's plan. God's plan. I hold back, sometimes I won't. Yeah. I feel good, sometimes I don't.
Right, so new iPhone unboxing. It's not even a new iPhone, it's actually an iPhone 14, but Flo's here to spectate as well.
Hi guys.
Can you come say hi?
No.
Okay. Because this is my current phone, but I also use it for a work phone, which means that all the clients I have within the Inner Circle, they are all on a WhatsApp, which means this phone is pinging 24/7, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've got a new one to kind of like detach the two. I need to get a phone case for it as well. Literally identical. Phone 1, phone 2, big and small. So yeah, this one's literally just for get the ASMR one. Yeah, you like that. Hello. That's pretty much it really. And then I'll probably upgrade from this to the 17 when the 17 comes out.
And then I'll snag his.
People come say hi.
Well, no, because I look really gross.
Oh my goodness. This is a vlog for our children to watch. They're going to think, Mummy doesn't come on the camera because Mummy's scared. Got a big day tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, which is one of my days where I basically take on calls. I do Mondays and Thursdays. I did used to take calls every single day, but it just became the most irritating thing. So I moved it to Monday and Thursday, which also means that Monday and Thursday are like, it's always extremely busy days. 7 calls tomorrow. I'll show you my calendar so you can see. This was today here. We're currently here. I just went to pick up the phone. Tomorrow's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are like, typically they're a lot of the time boarding calls, helping people kind of like get started. A lot of the stuff I do, whenever we get someone new in, like a new student in, we go through what's known as a game plan call. We have now moved the Inner Circle over to Discord. So this is what it looks like now. Very, very simple, very straightforward. You've got welcome, general, wins, a few different skill groups as well, depending on what people are in. And then every one of my students has their own one-to-one support chat kind of thing, which is very cool, which means that they can talk to me and the team. The other update of the Inner Circle is we've now got a sales coach, which is very cool. So we've got me as a coach, outreach coach, someone that just literally just head down day in, day out, does outreach. And we've got a sales coach, which is actually one of the Inner Circle closers as well. Do you want to know what makes the late nights worth it? Let me show you. Let me show you what makes it worth it. This is what makes it worth it.
Yeah. It's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. Hear my words and listen to my signal of distress. I grew up in the city and know sometimes we had less compared to some of my niggas down.
So ladies and gents, I've done some off-camera mining, as they say, and I've actually changed my whole setup around. So desk was here, and I like that idea because it's like you walk in the room, desk's there, you sit down, and it's like all in front of you. But now I've moved it over to the window because I think it makes far more sense. And also look at this in the same view. So you sit down, you plop yourself down, and that is a view you see outside, which I think is pretty cool. And also, I don't know why, I like to like flip my room around like once every couple months because it feels like you're at a new like station almost, which may make you more productive. I'm actually not too sure, but this is what we've got so far. New mic stand. And yeah, I mean, look at the inspiration as well. Like, you sit here, you do your stuff, view, look at that. Fucking Manchester skyline. It's pretty cool. But we got a busy one today. Well, not too busy actually. Got some work to do with the socials. I'm currently going through like a debate in my head with socials in terms of short form content because I want to put out more content, just like kind of mass produce the content. But I feel like I've developed a style around my name and my brand, which is a bit more polished content, like it's a bit more edited and there's like a real purpose for each video. But I do want to just start like literally setting the camera up and talking and just posting and not even worrying about it, just to get more stuff out there, right? Just like help more people, and because it's just it's a quantity game at the end of the day. But maybe the original audience that sees my content will be like, not a fan of that, you know. I want to see the more polished stuff. But if I don't do that, I could just be missing out on an opportunity of like, you know, having a big switch up in my content and the audience and stuff. Not ideal. We're making progress on the to-do list as well. So goal this week is to get my first speedrun sale. I doubt that's going to happen. I feel like I've overshot that quite a bit because I haven't actually got everything set up yet. 500k views, can definitely do that. Finally launch Google Ads. That's another big thing that I'm working on. Record free student interviews, that's fine. Make a start on Profit to Scale, that's fine. Post 5 times, haven't done that yet. Well, I actually have, including YouTube. But for now, I've got some work to crack on with, some bits and bobs to do. So let's jump on that, shall we?
Gang outside with a samurai sword. Night tech fleece with the Air Force One. My ski mask on, but we don't snowboard.
Right, ladies and gents, it's currently Monday, start of a new week, which means I'm probably going to end the vlog here. Well, last vlog that you just saw. This new setup, by the way, I'm pretty sure I'm showing the setup. If I haven't, this is she. Oh, the chair as well. I said it was going to pop up. It actually looks pretty cool now. Now I've got my own like little reading chair. Now that does look really well on camera, but actually, as Chinese as it may be, it's actually very comfy. So that's a win in my head. But yeah, guys, just kind of pulling to the end of a week now, or start of a new one. It's been a good one. Just to like go back, actually can't remember what even happened. Obviously had the event, that was fantastic. That was incredible to like see people in person, all that good stuff. Went back home, back to Salisbury to visit family. Came back up here yesterday, which was good. But there's a lot going on at the moment, just with like the business and stuff like that. And I'm kind of on the brink of like doing too much. Like it's funny because I make all these videos about kind of like, you know, working the most efficiently that you possibly can and getting the most done, all this kind of stuff. And one of the biggest things that I always teach and I preach to people is like, focus on 1 or 2 things, right? Like put all of your focus into one area and you'll become the best that you know, any person that you know at that one specific thing. And you'll become in a position, or you'll put yourself in a position where you can sell, you know, that skill, that knowledge or whatever it is for an extremely large amount of money. It's currently 10:30 in the evening on a Monday. I've got some more bits to finish off for the night, some content bits and bobs to review, and then crash. And then tomorrow morning in the next vlog that you guys will see, I'm actually wrapping the car. So the RSQ8 is getting wrapped. A really nice color as well, like a gorgeous color, which I can't wait to show you guys. I'll give you guys a sneak peek actually. This is the kind of color that I'm getting it wrapped. This is like a military matte green. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it here. Super cool to reflect on the week that's just gone, and it's kind of like, you know, these milestones that are being created. I mean, last vlog that you saw was New York and having a billboard put on New York, right? That was at the start of the year, and this vlog is, you know, having the event out, meeting the people that I've trained up and helped turn nothing into money, which is incredible. So hopefully I'll be able to top it with the rest of the vlogs, but who knows? But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.